Hello, hello, hello. This is Unprofessional Opinion. I'm Rashard.
And I'm Melody.
And thank you for coming back. We're here. We had a good week, and we got something good for you today. Something that it should make you laugh.
Yeah, it's gonna throw you off a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. So first and foremost, always you can find our merch. And actually YBM is what I got on tonight. She has of course Unprofessional Opinion t-shirt, our original. But you can catch it right there. Boom. Unprofessional-opinion.com. And at YBM, we'll put that on there. YBM on IG. You can catch it there. Mm-hmm. Order anything, anytime. But yeah, so we're gonna get to this, man.
Yes, and check out our bracelet.
Yes.
Made by Lavinia Rose.
Lavinia Rose. Right there. Boom. That's down there too. Boom. So, yeah. This topic hasn't been on my head because I don't want to say it, but like I said, it's gonna get kind of deep. It's gonna get to the point where some men might cringe, or maybe they might have the same opinion
and might be relieved. I think some women are gonna get called out.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to it.
Yeah.
So the conversation that we're having is talking about does size matter?
Yeah, in the big scheme of things. Does size matter?
Does size matter? Because I'm about to call her out too. So don't think that everybody getting called out, because, and I don't want to give out details about myself, but I'm gonna talk about it from a standpoint of when I was a kid, or how I grew up, where I grew up. And I learned it was in the black community that we've been led down the wrong road.
Yeah.
We have been teaching each other and talking and saying all the wrong shit.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of myths. Like, yes. Everybody just teaching each other myths instead of having a real conversation about it. But
yeah, so does size matter? Does size matter? So this came about. Me and Mel was talking, and I was like, she had, we had been with people before we got with each other. Oh God! But so we were sitting there discussing it, and I was just like, I was always like ashamed, or not ashamed, but I was nervous because I'm like, am I gonna be able to, please her? Am I gonna be able to?
Yeah, you don't have anything to be ashamed about, so I'm glad you fixed that. But go ahead.
Well, I had confidence. I had a lot of confidence. Me, and it was like quiet confidence. But I was under the impression because, like most young men, growing up, we watch porn, and then we see these dudes with like baby arms for like penises, right? And we're like, it's like, what the. Like, damn, this is what I'm like. I don't know. Like, this is what it's supposed to look like, And along with that is the actual sex act, right? I remember looking and saying, okay, I guess she like it like this, and it's just kind of rough, and he's not choking her, but it seemed like she's enjoying it. But all this the negative shit we get from porn, we get all these thoughts, and this is the way it's supposed to be from porn. We're learning because our parents is not going to teach us. You know what I mean? They're not going to teach us.
They should be. They should be, but
I think they should talk to us.
They shouldn't. No one can really teach you except you and your partner. Y'all teach each other, but it should be a conversation. It should be something that it shouldn't be taboo.
Yeah.
It should be very.
It should be a thing.
Yeah, very comfortable conversation.
I think, in all honesty, and that's what we're having today. So this is, sit back, get your popcorn, because this is gonna be a conversation right here. This might be pretty long, but no pun intended. Sorry. But do you honestly believe that we are doing ourselves a disservice by not being honest about what the vagina can do,
yeah,
and the size of a man?
I think we do ourselves a disservice by not having those conversations before we actually see it, because most kids by the age of 12 they've already seen porn.
Yeah.
I think the average is like when kids start watching it is 10 to 11. So, and that's so harmful, because like I seen it by accident very young. I won't even say the age, but it was like so disturbing to me. My parents was upset. I wasn't at my house, but it was an accident. Nobody was doing nothing crazy, but they just left something on in their tape deck that they didn't even remember it was there. So it was disturbing to me. But seeing that first and not actually having a conversation, it does, even to a woman, it starts putting things in your head. It kind of like perverts like feelings that you wouldn't even normally have. Like, how many women would be satisfied with a certain size when they initially saw it if they didn't see porn first? Because you're taught like, oh, it's normal for, you know, men to have baby arms, and it's normal for the woman to look like she's in pain and being tortured. Like, that's
Yeah.
because that's what it looks like. That if you look at porn, it doesn't even look like gratifying. It looks painful to a woman.
Yeah, it's like it's everything that the man wants to do, and the director. I've watched so much porn that I got to the point where I can tell when there was like a female director, because I was like, oh, this is like soft, and you know, he took his time down there, you know. And
usually those are, you know, it race does matter in the porn industry, because it's usually a white porn is a lot. It's a lot more sensual than black bitches giving Mandingo head.
Oh God, I am editing that out.
but it's a lot more sensual usually. It's more graphic usually when it's ebony porn.
Yeah, so I looked at the fact that, oh God, just. So you honestly, you look at it and you think like, this is what I need to have. This is the equipment that I need to have,
and this is what I need to get.
That's what I need. And you know, going into my experiences, I learned that wasn't the case. I didn't, you know, I showed up to the game ready, and it was fine, and it was an enjoyable, comfortable situation. But I had to go in there like hoping, you know, she don't go, what is that? You know, you know what I mean? Cause that would have shot my self-esteem like dead, because I didn't know. And I think, you know, men actually hold on to that. Like, their size is, that's, you know, we have nothing else at 16, 17, 18, unless you're a millionaire. You know, you're just like, well, at least I got this. You know, this is all I got. I show up to the game and she's ready to have sex with me, and I whip that out and she's impressed by it. It's like, ooh, you know, now I can wheel her in. You know what I mean? I can reel her in, and now she likes me because she gonna want this more than the conversation. She gonna want the swing, the schlong, as we say, as we say in my house, schlong. Or your meat. Pause. You put your meat up, you know. She's going to want the meat. She's going to want that more than just a conversation, cuddling, hugging, all these things that we supposed to be teaching our kids. I didn't know a lot of things growing. I didn't know, like, in all honesty, and people think we be bullshitting. When I met her, I wanted to do those cuddly girlfriend boyfriend things, you know, hold each other's hand and all the shit I saw on like a Ralph Transvan video. You know, I wanted to do all that, right? And so I when I met her, I was able to do it, but man, I went on dates where I was laughed at. Like, it was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you're soft? I'm like, yeah, but I'm being nice to you.
Yeah.
I am being
supposed to be soft with you.
Yeah, like, I'm being this person with you. I am, you know, I want to hold your hand. I want to open up a door for you. And I felt stupid because I was like, man, my mom taught me all this stuff. She told me to, be this gentleman, and this girl don't even want it. I paid for the soda she got at the damn concession stand, and she's just like, that's it. I'm like, you didn't order anything else. You know what I mean? Like, it was a lot, but it wasn't until I met Mel where I was just like able to be myself. I was able to be, and she'll tell you it didn't start off that way. After I actually got her to notice me and got her to understand that, I'm interested in her, that's when I had to like really relax.
Yeah.
Then, because I didn't initially give her the hugs and the kisses and how you doing and I didn't talk to her that way. I was just like, hey, whatever you want.
Yeah.
I was kind of that guy, like just whatever you want to do. I'm curious to find out. I want to be in your world. Take me to your world, and I'll adjust.
Yeah, and I know for me, I wasn't. I was under the impression that men only did that, or boys, they only did that, like the cuddling and all that, which I loved. If there was sex involved, I'm like, that's the only way that you, as a woman, you'll get affection. Because I didn't really see it that much, and I never really got it. Like, I didn't have a lot of boyfriends in high school. I wasn't, popular. I wasn't even like pursued in high school that often. So yeah, I wanted the same thing. I wanted to like hold hands, and I wanted to, like I'll be by your locker and your guy is standing like this. Like,
that was like my thing. That was like my thing. Like, honestly, that was my thing. I'm a quick story. So I never forget this, and Mel knows this story already. I was like, I had this great, never forget, it was a Friday. Football season was over. I was like, all right, I'm just going to go home. I'm going to chill, probably hop in the pool. I don't know, whatever. But it was this girl that I like, and we had a crazy conversation before the end of the school day. It was like our last lunch period. Crazy conversation. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to surprise her. I'm going to go to her. I know her last class. I'm going to go over there and probably walk her home, So here comes my sister as I'm standing on the next to the locker, waiting for her to come out of class. And my sister grabs me by the chin. She's like, give me $1. Give me $1. Come on. I'm like, I don't have $1. Just wait, So this girl, she saw me talking to my sister and thought my sister was my girlfriend or some girl I was talking to in front of her. Because, it just blew up in my face. And she's like, really? Really? And it blew up in my face. And I'm like, I wanted you to come out of the classroom and I was going to talk to you real close. You know what I mean? I had put like Winter Fresh in my mouth. It was a fresh piece. You know what I mean? I was big on that. Big on the breath. I'm still like that. And I was just like, this is my moment. This is my moment. This is my high school moment. I was in the 10th or 11th grade. I was like, this is my moment. You know what I mean? And my sister deprived me of that. Because
the girl watched too many
she watched
too
argue.
many movies. Like, who just walks away and not get the full story? I be wanting to know everything.
That went on for 2 weeks.
There would be no way I wouldn't know who the girl was.
I pursued that girl for 2 weeks, trying to tell her like, nah, that's my sister. Like, and one of the homies told her like, nah, that's his sister. Like his sister, like not a friend. Like they have the same mom and dad.
Tyler Perry yelled cut, and she had to storm off.
And the crazy part now, then it just escalated because then she was so embarrassed because she flipped out that and found out that was my sister, that she was just like, she avoided me even more. So it was a waste of time. Anyway, but that was what I wanted. Just how you said, sit on the lockers. That's why I know if me and her went to high school with each other and we met each other, it would have been a wrap. Teenage pregnancy. I think so. I think it would have been a lot of.
I probably would have found out what I enjoyed a lot sooner. Like before you, I had to like, because of those like not being pursued and not knowing that sex was not really attached to be in touch to what I'm trying to say, not intimacy, but it is a form of intimacy.
It is. It's intimacy.
But it doesn't necessarily have to be sexual.
Sex don't have to be sex. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't know that until like I would say like almost a year before you. Like I didn't have a bunch of experiences. But I remember before you I was just like, oh, this sucks. Like I'm done. Like it wasn't enjoyable because I didn't know what I wanted, and people like we talked about that. People watch porn or people talk to their friends, and it's just like you just be like making emotions and doing what you think is supposed to be enjoyable, but it just feel like you sweating and tiring yourself out. It's like running on a treadmill. You're not getting nowhere. So
let me ask you this. So now that brings us to the hot spot, right? So was it the size that made it? So it wasn't the size that was the problem. So what was it that made it different with your husband that made you go,
It was the connection. It was the you wanting to know
your husband. I'm interviewing you right now.
Yeah, it was. Well, I can't talk to you about you without saying you. It's weird. So it was the fact that you wanted to know what pleased me. You would ask me questions. Then I was intrigued about what pleased you. I was less shy about because I had taken that time from like I wasn't in a relationship. I wasn't sexually with anybody for I would say almost a year. So I had taken that time to like get to know myself.
So you were watching porn too?
No, I wasn't. I didn't need it.
You didn't need it?
No, our imagination is crazy.
Wow.
So
okay, your fingers were like pruny.
So yeah, I would read. I read a lot, and it turns out like I feel like I get way more from literature than I do from watching anything.
Stimulating the mind. Right?
Yeah. So I would write. So different things like that, it really helped me to know what I wanted. And then when you would ask me, I'm like, okay, well now I'm interested in knowing what he wants. And then like I was affectionate with you. And I wasn't like that with other people because I was always waiting for them to be affectionate with me first. Mm-hmm. So I was affectionate with you. And then you slowly would open up, and you never would like withdraw, or like if I was like, trying to hug you, you wouldn't be like, ew, like you would always be receptive of it, and it felt good. So it made me really comfortable. And the fact that you really let me take the lead, you was like, whenever you're ready, no pressure, we're friends or whatever.
Yeah, because that was in my head. I got tired of being pressured to do certain things. Like it was like, well, like I had this girl told me, and I might be dating myself but she's like, I want this water bra. You got to buy me this water bra and come pick me up. And I'm like, what?
A water bra
from Victoria's Secret? Yeah. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh no, exactly. But yeah. So it was things of that nature where I had to. It was always like. Came with a caveat, or it came with like a stipulation of something that I had to do, and I was just like, why do I have to do something just to be in your presence? And I didn't understand that
because they didn't enjoy it, so it was like a job to them, so they needed to get paid in some type of way.
Yeah, obviously that was the case because I didn't understand it. It was like I went on this one date and I picked her up like 9:00, like on a Saturday. I'm like, there's no way we're gonna make a movie.
You going to IHOP?
She wanted to get a burger. I tried to get a burger from Burger Spot that I knew they was closed. Like it was a lot, but I just remember her just complaining a lot. I can't even tell you. I don't even remember her name. I can tell you what she looked like, but I don't even remember her name because she just complained the whole time. And then when I went and dropped her off at her house, she goes, I thought we were going back to your place. I'm like, I literally thought
this was going nowhere.
Like, I'm confused. So I got tired of dealing with that shit. I got tired of guessing. I'm like, man, it's not the fact that I don't want to get it in. It's just that I want to get it in with the right person.
Yeah, I would. I got cursed out so many times trying to get to know somebody. I'm like, they're like, where's this going? I'm like, what do you mean, where's it going?
Yeah.
We're having fun.
Yeah.
Like, we're getting to know
I
each other.
enjoy it. Yep.
I'm not having fun. And I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know that there was like, this was only a means to an end. So, yeah, it's going nowhere. Don't call me again.
Yeah. See, and I watched my friends do that. I watched a lot of my friends would always talk to girls, and then obviously I said, if it ain't going nowhere in the first 2 weeks, she ain't asking you to come over. You in the friend zone, dog. Like, that was my thing. The bottom line, what we're talking about here, does size matter? Mm-hmm. Because the biggest misconception is that a guy got to be 8 inches or longer and he had to last 30 to 45 minutes. And first of all, sex minutes is totally different from regular minutes. You got to take, like, if it's 10 minutes, sex minutes is 5 minutes. That's it. Sex minutes. So if you say, so if somebody be like, man, I was in that thing for like 30 minutes, you got to take into account that's sex minutes. So really it's between 12 and 15 minutes. That's it. Sex minutes. Ain't nobody just, man, car got to change the oil every 3,000 miles. So think about it. But, other than that, so my question is, and you said it was me, it was because I was attentive and all these,
yeah, and it was me too, because I wasn't like, I wasn't going after a fantasy. Mm-hmm. I was really just trying to, like, I was my authentic self. I figured out what I wanted, and I was really going after what I wanted. And then you happened to be what I wanted, which intrigued me even more. So I'm like, well, let's figure this out together, because I thought you were less experienced than you were. So I'm like, this is perfect, because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and he may know a little bit, but we can learn together. So that's how I took it. But honestly, I think everybody, when they're in a new situation, regardless of whether they are very experienced or not, they should take that approach of, I don't know what I'm doing and you don't know what you're doing, because y'all never been with each other. Right. So you really don't know what you're doing.
Yeah. You don't know where all the buttons are. You get that new car.
All the pockets.
Yeah. You get that new car. But that's what I'm saying.
There are situations that are like that where, and I guess that's what they wanted for that amount of time. But how long it's not going to last. That feeling of just nothingness, empty sex is not going to last. I don't care how good it is. Like, it's like having like filet mignon every day for dinner. Like, you going to be like, you know what? I'm backed up. I need some vegetables, and I need something else.
But see, okay, so, and that's why I ask, and, you know, because we always go, how honest is too honest? And so my question is, like, I'm pretty sure you had good sex other than because I'm attentive, because you had to have good sex other than that, and if so, was it something they did, or was it?
Yeah, it wasn't. It's not the size. It's because they did something that was close to being attentive, or the conversation, being comfortable, totally comfortable, where maybe I took control and I'm the one that made the situation good. So yeah, and it's because for my situation, I know every woman is different. I'm sure there's a time when, like, you don't want people to be too small, but like, we're not that big. Like, our vagina is not that big. It stretches to accommodate childbirth and, you know, receiving things. So you really don't you don't really need that much. So for somebody, and I'm gonna put it out there, like, I've heard from speaking to other women where people have come and they've been with people that are well endowed, but it was trash because they're just well endowed. They don't even know how to use their equipment, or they just come in like, I'm slinging this, so whatever you get is whatever you get. And they just, like, 3 pumps, and like you just got stretched out for whatever reason, but you're not satisfied. You still gotta use your toy or whatever when you're done. So it's just, that it doesn't matter. It's about it's about the connection for me. There got to be some type of chemistry. I don't care what size you are.
Fellas, I think we've been ran down the wrong. Honestly, I mean,
women too, because there's a lot of women.
Yeah, I think we've been. Honestly, I think we've been sent down the wrong rabbit hole. No,
I think it's more because people fetishize like body parts. It's like the ass, like a big ass. Like now, everybody has a massive ass.
Overrated.
Everybody has a massive ass, but does it like
doesn't do anything?
Yeah, are these women with massive ass getting married at a higher rate, or are they getting hired at jobs at a higher rate, or are they climbing the ladder at work faster than everybody else? Like how is it benefiting them? So it's the same thing. Like women will fetishize it because you've seen it, and it's like when kids are watching cartoons and that toy come on, and then I have to have that. Mom, can we go and get that right now? I need Play-Doh because and they don't even care.
And they get it, and it's just like, oh yeah, I had that before. It's one of those things where I think where women say all these direct things about what a man's supposed to have, and you know, but then they'll go, well, I had that before and it was okay. I'm like, so why do you guys keep passing along that theory that
because it was attached to somebody? That's what I mean. Like it's a fetish. Like that's actually it got to be attached to the man. So you can't just like his body parts. You got to actually like the man too.
Yeah, I like I said, me personally, I've never had an issue. I never had an issue. I was one of those kids where, you know, when I say kid, 16, 19, where I thought, you know, I had to have X, Y, Z to get a girl. You got to have, you know, 8 to 12 inches. You got to have a car. You got to have money. All these things just to get a girl. And then I'm like, that's what I need to get a woman that I like. But then I meet somebody that I like, and I didn't have money. I had a car, but I had a personality, and I had feeling, and I grew to learn to treat a perfect stranger with love and kindness, and teach them how to love me, right? And I just feel like we as a society, especially in black people culture, man, we are not telling the truth about what we like and feel. We are programmed to think, you know, from the hardcores of the world all the way down to Adina Howard to Cardi B, that we're saying what women want. They're speaking for women. And then on the other end, we got, you know, Rick Ross and Drake and all these other
Lil Baby
entertainers saying that this is what men want, and this is how and that's not the case. Not every man listen to those. Those are for the masses, but right. I'm not the masses.
And it's nothing wrong with talking about your sexual preference or what you like, what pleases you. There's a time and place for that conversation, but we don't just think about sex all the time. Like, and it's just like,
I did a lot when I was 16, 17.
No, but if you listen to the music that you all describe, it's like that's all
they talk about. Yeah,
we're not even raising our kids. We just thinking about sex all day. Like,
yeah,
and when our kids are like, when they become a certain age and they're all thinking about like just sex all the time, like that's disgusting. They're like they're literally it's just
sex
sexualizing
and money.
us.
Yeah, sex and money. Yep.
So
path. I think we need to have more of these conversations because women are not telling the truth. You know, they're not telling the truth. If that's what you desire and you think that's what is gonna get you off, then
that's fine.
That's fine.
That's your preference.
Right. And that's what you need to get you off. That's fine. That's what you need.
I think I told you this. I had someone that was really insecure about their size, and it was like I didn't even notice it, but because I have like a lot of things to base it off of, so I didn't.
You didn't know the size.
Yeah,
you didn't think.
It wasn't abnormal to me, and he was really insecure about it, so it made everything real awkward. And I was just like, I just don't want to do this anymore because this shit weird.
Dude, put your pecker away.
This is weird.
See, that's wrong with what I just did. That is wrong. I shouldn't have said. I'm sorry. We shouldn't be shaming dudes for the size of their.
But he was super insecure, and that's what really bothered me the most out of everything. It was just insecure, and the whole thing was just awkward.
It's either or. I didn't use nails. I didn't use screws. I used nails. That's what I use. You're never gonna get that answer. We're never gonna find out.
You're gonna find out. I just gave you the answer.
You did. You gave me your answer. You gave me your answer.
But
I'm not
I gave
saying
you an answer, but you want like a yes or no, and women don't. We're not built to answer like that. Exactly. We have to think it through and explain it. Like it's not just
and that's exactly what I'm saying. We're never gonna know.
You just found out from me.
I found out I'm saying in general as a whole, it's gonna be one of those. This is a group discussion. This is a group discussion. We really need to have this. So stick around. Listen, I want to thank you guys for listening. Again, our merch is right there. Bam.
At unprofessional-opinion.com.
That's right. You can come here. Come back. Shard Mel's Unprofessional Opinion. As always, like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend. You got anything?
Nope. Check us out on if you want to listen to us, you can listen to us on all podcasting platforms, and check us out on IG. Check out Lavinia Rose.
Boom. Yep.
I say size doesn't matter, but I'm one woman in this world full of many, so
I don't care. Like I said, does it? I don't know. Hit us up. Again, I am Rashard. And this is Unprofessional Opinion. Thank you for listening. Always like, share, subscribe, send it everywhere. Thank you.